I just bought this 2009 Nissan 370Z for an insane price. And I'm gonna fix it up, clean it up, and resell it for a profit. But before I introduce you to this car, we need to go back 1 week ago today. Welcome to a little segment I like to call, I'm buying a car no matter what today, because I need to. I just woke up and I'm not going to bed until I'm driving a car. Now, I'm not looking completely from scratch. I messaged a few guys beforehand. I've been talking to this guy selling an Audi S5. I'm not gonna lie, I was so set on buying it. I came home this weekend with full intent in buying it, but then this guy just started saying way too much. I don't know, he was sending too many pictures. He sent like a voice message saying this.
I was just looking, if you end up coming and driving the car, I'll write up a bill of sale real quick, so then like if anything, nothing's gonna happen, but if anything happens, you could just say, oh, I just bought the car, whatever. I'll write you a bill of sale with the title too.
Which, I don't know, in my opinion, I feel like when you say too much, it means you have something to hide, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Unfortunate, because it would have been a good price for a flip, but honestly, I'd rather be safe than sorry. This other guy is selling a 3000 GT. This thing is so clean. I don't really know how much they actually go for. He has it listed for 13.5. I think if I could talk him down to like 9, then it'd probably be a profitable flip. I messaged him, and if the car I'm about to show you doesn't work out, we're probably gonna go and get this one. But the car we're going to look at in like 2 hours is this 2009 Nissan 370Z. He has it listed for $10,000, which is already a steal in my opinion. These things go for like averagely for like 13, 14K, and if they're in good condition, like they could go for more. I figured I'd just offer this guy less, and honestly, if he doesn't even accept my offer, I'm probably gonna still go and look at it, because 10K for this car is still like an insane steal. So I offered him $8,500 in cash, and he came back with $9,500. The fact that he wanted to meet me at a price shows that he is negotiable, so I think I could get it for like 9,000, just meet in the middle, but like might as well try 89. It'd be cool to get it for 8K, but I don't think he's gonna do it. Oh, he said, could you make it 9,000? 9,000 for the Z. That is a steal. I'm doing that. All right, you just sent me his address. Let's go get another car. Okay, I'm not as nervous this time as I usually am. It's only about an hour drive up to the Pocono Mountains. We're not taking the Honda Beat, unfortunately, but we are taking my friend's Civic Si. This 370 has a Tomei exhaust on it, which if you didn't know, they're very loud and sound like a trumpet. And so does this car. So I'm so excited for the drive back. It's gonna be so loud. But I'm feeling good. I'm not really nervous. I think today is gonna be a great day. I'm so nervous. I have a pit in my stomach. You would think my 5th car, this would get easier, but it doesn't.
It's because you're scamming yourself.
Bro, how am I scamming myself?
Because you're not buying a Civic Si.
Anyways, we're gonna quick eat this food. We have an hour drive. Let's do this thing. Okay, we just got here. I don't see a house or a shop anywhere. Now we got the right address. We're 1 minute out. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Right here, right. Oh my gosh.
You didn't tell me that.
I told you right here.
You did not. You're gaslighting me.
You're crazy. Oh, jeez. What is this, a junkyard?
Yeah, because the Z is junk.
Do you see it? Nope. Oh my gosh. What am I getting myself into? As soon as we walked through the gate, 2 cars left instantly. And I'm not gonna lie, this felt like the start of a horror movie. I introduced myself to the guy and noticed there was this other supposed buyer there.
You looking at the car too?
Yeah. Not really sure why he would schedule 2 people interested to come look at the car at the same time, but more on that later. This car was extremely clean, and I was having a really hard time finding any issues that I could use to try and talk the price down a little bit more. The only thing I noticed was the tire treads were running a bit low. Not too concerningly low, but would probably have to be replaced in a few thousand miles or so. I asked him to start it up, which is when I formally got introduced to this loud Tomei. I then asked him to take it for a drive where he drove, and I just inspected everything from the passenger seat. It went through all of the gears well, and I didn't see or hear any problems at all. When we got back, I couldn't help but think, what if I got this car for under 9K? I was trying to think of any excuse to knock some price off, but the only thing I could think of was that the rear tires were running low on tread. I mentally prepared myself to make an offer. You guys know I have past trauma with in-person negotiating, but I explained to him it may need new tires and gave him my offer.
I really just don't want to move from 9 because I do like think there is some horsepower. So I think I'm just gonna stay at 9. Alright, that's fine. Let's do that.
Yeah, I completely folded. 9K is way too good of a price. Anything lower than that is robbery. We shook on it, and then that other supposed buyer said,
I was gonna say, I got 9 in my truck.
I'm laughing here in this clip, but deep down, I know that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Play that back.
That's a nice car.
Yeah, it is.
Was this a junkyard?
Yeah, because the Z is junk.
Caught switching up in 4K. Bud. Anyways, as I was saying, I think these guys were scheming, and if I wouldn't pay 9K, that dude would step in and say, if you don't buy it, I will. Kind of sketch, but you know, we're alive. We went to the title transfer place, which all went completely smoothly, and the car was officially mine. So we just signed the title to my name, and it went smoothly for once in the series, and it looks really good. I think I got a good deal, but I'm not gonna speak too soon. We still have like an hour-and-a-half drive left. Hopefully we don't blow up, and this thing sounds insane. It's so loud. It's gonna be a fun drive home. Let's do this thing. Okay, so we made it home with no issues at all. This thing drives really good, and I couldn't notice a single problem. That being said, though, there is some work that needs to be done. Before I show you guys the pros and the cons of this car, I need to formally introduce my all-new Nissan 370Z. I got this car for $9,000. I tried talking him down, but he didn't really want to, and honestly, it's fair. Letting go a 370Z for under 10K is almost unheard of, and I think this is gonna be a really quick flip as well. Now, you may be thinking, isn't my whole goal of this series to get a 350Z? And now I just bought a 370Z. Well, you're right. Here's the thing. This car is an automatic. I'm not getting attached to this thing. I don't know. We'll see, but let's start with the pros. The paint is in great shape. There's a few scratches here and there, but nothing terrible. These wheels look amazing, and they're not curb rash. Unlike the first Z I bought, this bumper is perfectly good and intact. No lights on the dash, and this Tomy on the back is a nice little $1,000 addition. But now for the cons. These headlights are pretty faded and scratched. The rear tires are running low on tread. The interior is a little dirty, and last but not least, the car is an automatic. At least this one has paddle shifters though, which is pretty fun. So now let's get this thing cleaned up and ready for sale. Now, I really need to clean this car. It is very dirty. But the problem is, it's 4:30 and it's already getting dark. I don't understand. I hate winter. So I'm probably just gonna pull the car into the garage and clean the interior and also clean the headlights, because if not, it's literally gonna get dark in like 10 minutes. And this sucks, because in the summer, I would like start cleaning a car at like 4:30. Ridiculous. And by the time I cleaned my garage, it was already pitch black out. Now, these headlights aren't as bad as the BMW I restored earlier, but they're starting to yellow and have a lot of chips on them, so we're gonna restore them. I totally forgot how to do this, so I went and watched my own video for help. I'm using 1,000, 2,000, and 5,000 grit sandpaper for this. First of all, I taped off the headlights, ensuring that I covered all the paint around it, so I don't accidentally end up sanding good paint. I went ahead and double layered it too, because I just don't want to risk anything. Real quick, I went out to the store and bought some kitchen sponges. You'll see why in a second. I took my sponge and my 1,000 grit sandpaper and wrapped it around it. This helps even the pressure when you're pressing down on the headlights, so you don't accidentally sand too hard in one spot. While spraying my soapy water, I started sanding with the 1,000 grit. Not really worried about the direction, just trying to get all of the junk in yellowness. I know it looks like it's getting worse, but you gotta trust the process. Now I'm using 2,000 grit, this time being careful about the direction. Here, I'm only trying to make vertical scratches. I wiped it off, and finally, we're gonna finish with the 5,000 grit. This part isn't really necessary, but small differences like this are the money maker. Already, this is looking great, but to make it look better, we're gonna compound and polish it. Starting with the compound, I put a little on a microfiber towel and started working it in. I'm pushing pretty hard, being sure to cover every spot, even the awkward angles. And to finish it off, we're gonna use polish. Same way of applying it, just rub it into the plastic, and it's looking so good. Lastly, I'm gonna put a coat of ceramic coating to make it shine, and most importantly, protect it from fading. And this came out looking amazing. Just as a reminder, this is how they look before and after. These subtle differences is what matters in car flipping, and I just love doing this. Now time to do the other side. Same exact process, just be sure to keep spraying the area with water, and same with your sandpaper, make sure it's always wet. The other thing I'll say is you don't want to skimp out on taping the headlights. When I last did the BMW, I didn't tape enough, and I didn't include this in the video out of embarrassment, but I did end up scratching the paint. Don't make the same mistake I did, and be sure to be careful. I finished it off with ceramic coating, and just like that, both the headlights went from looking like this to this. Nice. The next morning was so unbelievably cold and windy, but the garage grind doesn't stop. This car isn't cleaning itself. I sprayed the car down first with water to get rid of any loose dirt. Then using my Avalon King car soap, I sprayed the entire car, wiped it all down with a microfiber wash mitt, and then washed it off. I went ahead and clay barred the entire hood and the bumper of this car. This helps get rid of all of the dirt embedded in the paint that doesn't come out easily from a hand wash, and you can see all the dirt coming out onto the clay here. And now for my favorite part, which is ceramic coating. Unboxing these kits, you get a ceramic coating bottle, an applicator pad, a nice buffing towel, and some disposable cloth. Ceramic coating your car is so easy. You just put a bunch of drops onto the applicator pad and start applying it to your car. I'm starting here with horizontal stripes, simply just putting it on, waiting a minute or two, and buffing it off. I then did the exact same thing except doing vertical stripes, let it sit for about a minute, and buffed it off. It's as easy as that. I then went ahead and did the exact same process for the rest of the paint. Not only does this make your car shine, it acts as a protective barrier above your paint. If you zoom into what your paint really looks like, it's not actually a smooth surface. Instead, it's pretty jagged. Over time, as you drive, dirt builds up and sticks inside of those imperfections. Now, when you apply ceramic coating, it seals off all the pores, acting as a shield, giving dirt nowhere to even stick to. And not only that, it acts as a sacrificial barrier to rock chips and scratches, so your car's paint doesn't actually get damaged. For these slight scratches already on your car, like this one here, all you need to do is apply some ceramic coating, and that scratch is completely gone. You're seeing the scratch here, to which I reply, what scratch? And you can put the stuff on your entire car. My favorite part about this is ceramic coating the trim pieces. It just makes everything look so dark and brand new. And not only that, but ceramic coating is extremely hydrophobic, meaning water just flows right off. Here's what happened before I ceramic coated the hood. It just puddles and sticks to the paint, versus after, it streaks off and doesn't stick at all. This stuff works on other stuff as well, like showers, bikes, lawn chairs, grills, not just cars. And this car turned out looking amazing. Ceramic coating not only makes your car look great, but it protects it. Right now, they're having their biggest Black Friday deal ever, where you can get 3 kits for $90 off, plus a free shampoo using the first link in the description. But this deal is only valid for the first 200 orders, so don't miss out. Anyways, now that the car is all ceramic coated, it's time to move on to the wheels. I first sprayed it with a purple wheel cleaner and worked it in with a brush. While letting that sit for a second, I took a tire cleaner and also worked that in with a brush. I rinsed everything off and dried it with a towel. If there's dirt that didn't come off and it's embedded into the rim, what you do is you take some compound and just go crazy buffing it into the wheel, and it comes right off. I then shine the tire. Be careful only to coat the sidewall of the tire and not the tire treads, because this stuff is very slippery and you could lose traction on the road, especially you Mustang drivers. And for the final steps, I just took some ceramic coating and applied it to the rim. This wheel went from looking like this to this. Actually, such a satisfying process. But you know what isn't satisfying? 83% of you guys aren't subscribed. What's the flip, dude? We're almost at 250,000 subscribers. I can't even believe these words are coming out of my mouth, but be sure to subscribe and like the video. And for this wheel, here's the before and after. I seriously do not wish detailing a car in windy and cold weather upon anybody. I had to keep all my stuff inside of the car so it wouldn't blow away, but it was worth it because the wheels went from looking like this to looking like this. Pretty good. Chances are the door jambs of your car hasn't been cleaned ever, so it's super important to do these. These doors have a portion with suede covering it, and they were actually disgusting looking. So all that I did was take an interior cleaner and worked at it with a microfiber towel. This made a huge difference, going from this to this. I then did the other side, which was equally, if not more disgusting, and it turned out really good. The seats were pretty dirty as well, so using that same interior cleaning spray, I just wiped it down and got the big dirt stains out. They don't look perfect yet, but it's definitely getting there. I then wiped down the rest of the interior, and most importantly, took off this little tree. It smells terrible. I got out my vacuum, but I didn't realize I ran out of time for the day. Not because it was getting too dark out, but because I had to hurry up and catch a train to a little town called New York City. And I met my grandma there for her birthday dinner. Get your priorities straight, people. Anyways, after 1 week of being back on that college grind, you guys seriously just don't understand how tough my life is being an engineering major. I rushed home because these wheels we bought last video that didn't end up fitting on the Honda Beat, some guy hit me up wanting to buy them for $340. So I quick loaded them up into my car and left. Okay, I got the wheels loaded up in the back. We currently have like a 40-minute drive to meet up with this guy buying them for $340. But if you guys haven't taken away anything from these videos, I hope it's this. And it's the fact that you can literally buy and sell anything and make a profit. Like, I literally just bought car wheels. Like, I bought them for little and I'm selling them for more. I do this all the time with things like mountain bikes, guitars, anything you want, you can really flip. This guy said he's pulling up in an obnoxious car. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean, but I got a 40-minute drive. Hopefully it doesn't show me up, but I'm excited. I love doing this. And sure enough, this dude pulled up in a Velociter N. That thing is clean, dude. Ready? Yeah. But the guy was super cool and bought my wheels for $340. Okay, the wheels are sold. He Venmoed me $340, meaning we made $90 in profit, and we didn't even mean to. And he showed me that car. He was pretty cool. I love doing this. This is so fun.
This is a 2009 Nissan 370Z, and it hasn't really changed all that much. And today, I'm going to review this one.
If you guys are just joining us, this right here is the scoreboard. And so far from the last 7 episodes, this is the standing of every car I've ranked. With right now, the Honda Beat being in first place. But will it hold its lead after I review this 370Z? I don't know. We're about to find out. So starting with category 1, which is fun factor. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If this car was a manual, I don't think I'd be able to sell it. I forced myself to buy an automatic one if I was gonna buy a 370Z so that I wouldn't get too attached to it, but this thing is so much fun to drive. With the Tome exhaust being so loud and annoying, and it having 300 horsepower, this thing is so much fun to drive. My only complaint is that it isn't a manual, and with that, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Moving on to category 2, which is looks. As you guys know, the 350Z is actually the dream car goal for this series, and this might be a hot take, but I think the 350Z is so much better looking than the 370Z. I don't know, I feel like the 370Z front end just looks kind of like, it just looks worse than the 350Z front end. But in my opinion, the angle of this car that looks the best is the back. If this thing had a 370Z back end and a 350Z front end, I think that would be like literally like the dream scenario car. Let me know in the comments which one you think looks better, the 350 or the 370. And not only do I think the 370 looks a lot worse than the 350, the looks from the inside of the car, like the windshield view, it feels like awkwardly curved. I feel like I'm looking through like a fishbowl. I don't know how to explain it, but like my perception just feels off when I'm driving, and maybe it's just because I'm so used to driving at 350, but I don't know, I don't really like it. That being said though, this car is far from ugly. I'm trying to find ways to be harsh and not give every car like a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love the wheels on it, and I also love the great colors, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. And for the last category, which is the overall category. Overall, this is a very livable car. I can see myself daily driving this for sure. Like, yes, it's a sports car, but it actually feels like you're driving like a car, not compared to like the Honda Beat, which feels like you're driving like a go-kart, or the Corvette, which feels like you're driving like a boat. But if I'm not like flooring it anywhere and I'm just driving it economically, like this is like a perfect daily. Gets good miles per gallon. I mean, there's space. It only has 2 seats, but like you have like a trunk. I like it a lot, but I'd rather have a 350Z. And for that, I'm giving it yet again another 7 out of 10. So for the first time in scoreboard history, we have a tie at the 3 spot of 21 out of 30, but the 350Z is better, meaning 370Z goes in the 4 spot, and you can't change my mind. I just took this car out for pictures, and I think for sure that these pictures are the greatest ones we've gotten so far this series. I don't know what I did differently, but the angles just worked. I'm telling you, making money while flipping items, pictures are the #1 most important part. All you want is just somebody to get emotionally attached to how good it looks, and you already got them. Like, they're gonna buy your car. Honestly, you don't even have to clean a car. You could probably just buy it and then take better pictures and sell it. But like, is that ethical? Up to you. I don't know. I personally feel like I have to be adding value to justify selling a car for like $3,000 more than I bought it for. But since we didn't have any problems with the title at all, we should be able to get this title within like a few days. I have a feeling that this for sure is going to be the fastest turnaround so far. Seeing how these pictures turned out, I'm going to go ahead and list it up for $14,000. I don't know if somebody's actually going to pay $14K for it, but I'm hoping somebody's going to offer me like 12.5, maybe 13. If you recall last video when I was looking for a Honda Beat door handle, I wasn't able to find one that wasn't like $400. They must be so rare that people will actually pay $400 for it. Insane to me. So now that I'm home from college on Thanksgiving break, I have a lot of time and I have a 3D printer. I've never used it. I have no idea how to use it, but I'm gonna attempt to 3D print a door handle. I don't know, it should be fun. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. And with that, have a great rest of your day. Peace out.